Afternoon. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Certainly since I've done any sort of live on the old channel, especially the public side of it. Um, it's been a while. It's been a very, very long time. But hey, hope everyone is good. Let me know what's happening. Let's have a look at this poll. What's happening? Ooh. If you think I'm looking through, yeah, it's because my camera is right where my screen is. Quite a few people think a little bit lower. I think that too. If I'm going to put my estimates on it, I will put a little bit lower. But yeah, I'm guessing everyone can hear me, which is good. It's good to see so many people. It's been a long, long time. I think I will say this now so everyone knows. Probably avoid any opening trades just for now. Just for now. Market will settle down. It'll do its magic, and we'll see what happens. But we've got two numbers to look for. Obviously, the CPI, this one, and the core one. The core one is usually pretty significant as well, where usually if that rumbles a bit too much, it will create something. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. I have set up this. I've set up a little screen so we can kind of see things and look at the lower time frames. You can see how the dollar's been dumping today quite significantly and why crypto's going up. So we'll see. That might be the thing that will change. That might sprout up. Crypto might come down. S&P 500 might do something as well. But a lot of people do say that the S&P 500 and the Bitcoin chart does not follow each other. They do quite a lot, to be fair. But yeah, we'll see. Hello, everyone. Hello from Australia. What time are the numbers out? They're out in 15 minutes, or actually 13 minutes time. So 8:30 US time. So very, very soon. So this is why I thought I'd do a live. I'll do a live just to mix it up a little bit. It's been what, over a year since I've done a live on YouTube, so publicly anyways. But yeah, people, why low? Usually you can argue the reason why they're going to be lower is probably due to crude oil. This is down quite significantly in the last, you can probably argue, obviously remember this data is backdated, so you can see what we're waiting for is obviously July data, and we dropped significantly versus the last one. We still are dropping, so that is a big thing. However, the likes of food, remember, isn't factored in. There's a lot of food inflation as well to consider, so that could be fun. But they will react to this market. They always do. It's always fun. Probably this time it won't do anything. You know, as I'm live, I will do it, and guess what will happen? It'll probably not do anything. But yeah, I am thinking doing more lives for stuff like this anyways, like market reactional stuff. So certainly CPI stuff, maybe FOMC stuff as well, just to mix it up a little bit because they're usually midweek. You know, you can see obviously when the next ones are going to be, roughly this sort of time every month. Same with the FOMC meetings. I think the next one's on the 21st, 22nd of September, which is obviously a big thing. But we'll see. We're just going to wait and chill and relax and have a bit of fun, hopefully. Greetings from Japan. But it's warm now. If CPI is lower, there's a chance that it's positive news. It's a chance that people will scream pivot. It'll scream that the market is working, the quantitative tightening, even though it hasn't really started massively, is working. The interest rate hikes are working. But, you know, the reality is, right, even if we put out a smaller forecast, estimate, whatever, prediction, real, whatever wording, the actual is what we need, right? If even if that's 9%, right, we are still literally got a long way to go. We could still look at like two to 3 years before we get back to the normal kind of level pegging of normal inflation rates, which, as you know, is roughly between 1.5% to 2.5%. So we've still got a long way to go. I mean, it's a long way. So unless we started dropping like 1% per time, like what we were rising at this point, it's a long way to go. So we could literally form, right? This is a hypothetical thing. We could form a 8.8% today, and then by Christmas time it may go up again because maybe supply and demand issues. You may have oil prices going up again because it is Christmas. All that kind of factor will, you know, we just got to play it each month. It's not too bad. Yeah, supply chain is still messed up. It's massively messed up in some countries, actually. It's not too bad where I am at the moment, but it's pretty messed up in some countries. Taiwan's going to be the interesting one, especially with semiconductors. Lunch break. Ooh. Hello from Tenerife. I wish I was in Tenerife. Christ. Something's gone wrong in my life. It's roasting here. You can probably see how sunny it is. Look at that. It's like sun everywhere. I've got my curtain shut because it's roasting in here. Not too bad, though. But yeah, we're 10 minutes away. I'm not even going to open Twitter. Twitter's going to be carnage. In terms of other news, if you want to know what the futures are doing, positive at the moment. But yesterday was really, like yesterday and Monday, very, very flat on the futures. It feels like a massive anticipation of what's happening. It feels like everyone's on holiday, but they're going to come back for this sort of event to see what's happening, and then they'll go back again. Then May, I think, you know, we always talk about that selling may go away. It's genuinely a thing. September, I think, will start kicking off a little bit. Allenby Beach, not too far away from me, that. I'm doing all right. I'm good. It's very warm though, but it's because of my house. My house is like sun on the front, office at the front. Not ideal. Dollar strength, what's happening? Dollar is starting to pick up again. Crypto's coming down. So just to label these, by the way, bottom left is Bitcoin, bottom right is Ethereum, if you can't see that if you're on a small screen. Top left is the S&P 500, and the right-hand side is the dollar index. And you can see the previous kind of data information there. So yeah, we could look at that. But crypto is currently dumping right now. We're on the 3-minute time frame, by the way. 3-minute, lovely. I know we're on the martini time frame, but we are crashing right now. Well, I wouldn't say crashing. That's a bad word to say. We are moving down at the moment, but the dollar is also rising, so maybe people are anticipating some stuff. Well, let's leave it on here and we'll just watch and have a little chin wag over certain things. La chin wag. But yeah, it's nice having a little heat wave in the UK again. I know we all whinge. I know if you're from another country or whatever, you all go, oh, you weaklings and all this kind of stuff. But reality is we're in bricks. You know, we're literally in Peter Rubbins here, so it's not great. So when you're outside and it's lovely and warm, yeah, it's lovely and warm. It's nice. I enjoy it. But trying to escape it, that's the hard problem. Oh, so what was everyone thinking? I know the poll's there, but it's very, very open to interpretation. A lot of people are thinking it's not going to hit the forecast. Some people do think below 8.7. I think that's unlikely, given that, yeah, oil prices have dropped, but other things have changed as well. If I'm going to be honest, let's tell you what I'm going to put. I'm going to put my estimates down here. My estimate, I'm going to go with 8.9% is what I'm thinking. But I could be wrong. I said that last time and it was way over it. So I do think that oil price will have a factor into it, but we'll see how it goes. It's interesting to see how we've corrected pretty well for that. But yeah, a few more minutes. Things are starting to look better for now. The thing is, right, everyone's talking about like, oh, it's a bull market. Yeah, for some things it's nice to see the percentage levels just rise, but when you zoom out and look at that weekly time frame, it just looks pretty awful. Not great. What do I think of Martini guy joining F2? What is F2? No idea what F2 is. I personally think if we drop 0.2 points and go down and start to go below 9%, I think that will be short-term bullish. But the reality is, you know, we're still at 8.9% inflation for the US. Some countries are worse. The UK is worse. The UK are predicting a lot higher than in the US. Remember that oil is probably the biggest factor here. And that could change by Christmas. Like October, November, December, Christmas run-up. We're coming into the end of summer now, so naturally they do tail off as well as the supply chain has opened up a little bit. But hey ho, we'll see. Formula 2? No. He's joined as No, he's a sponsor, isn't he? Well, I don't know. He blocked me and I blocked him. But I thought he has a sponsorship on someone's helmet. I can't remember what driver, though. Forgotten the driver. Is it Vachon? Or Richard Vachon? Something like that. I think he's got like a sponsorship on someone's helmet. I can't remember who. I think it was on, obviously, the moon is on Ralph Boschon's car, which is interesting. Pre-market up. Ooh. Yeah, the S&P, that's a futures S&P chart, by the way, so I can see it just trickling up. It's not up massively versus some of the days, but it's up enough to kind of wonder why. But there will be volatility. For about 15 minutes afterwards, there will be volatility. Volatility. It's a helmet. Yeah, he is. He used to be a nice guy, honestly. Right. Nearly there. We'll be hitting the refresh soon. It's an interesting question about percentage of Shark BTC wallets. It's quite a few, I reckon. We all know that there's always like whales that use other wallets. It's just a fact, but it depends. It depends how they want to trade and how they utilize it. I don't know. Be enough. Bet the postman's just been. Back in a second. Oh, talk about timing. Crap through the door, as usual. Right, where were we? Where are we at? 3 minutes. Cool. More polka dot arrived. Yeah, imagine that. Put those legs away. I know white as anything. I need to get out in the sun. That's what I'm doing after this, I think. A shark is basically a, well, someone with less money, basically. So you got basically they do it in like whale terms, so fish. So a shark is usually one step below. Good joke that though, isn't it? Just walking away right before the announcement. Yeah, see you later, guys. Off you go. Right, come on, give us some information. Surprised no rumors have dropped yet. Your dog bark definitely sounded English. Thumbs up, people. Oh yeah, I've not done the stereotypical live. Please leave a like. Please leave a subscribe. Fuck off. All that bollocks. I would love to be a shark, to be fair. 1,000 BTC. Christ. That's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot in this day and age. Right. Quick look at the market before we see. All over the place still. Wow, the S&P went boom, bang. Oh well, we're about to open soon. Be a refresh time. See who's right on the poll, though. That would be the interesting one. That'll be the one. Come on. We're nearly there now. Yeah, I've had over 10 for a long time, just chilling. You gotta remember, I bought BTC when it was like 600 bucks, so I didn't buy as much then though, but I made a lot with the altcoins and the altcoin madness, which was pretty ridiculous. Oh, this is the longest minute ever. Oh, it's still not even there on the 1 minute bloody thing. Come on, release. Give us it. Give us the information. 1 minute over. Boom. It's going pumping. Whoa, what's happened here? Oh, shit the bed. Well, that's one blast. And look at the S&P 500. That information. 8.5%. Whoa. Told you it would be mental if it was positive. What's the core? What is the core? 3. Fuck me, they're good. They're good numbers. Boom. Oh god, hold on. Let me just make this so if anyone's struggling so they can be able to see. 8.5%. That's good. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting that could have been a bit later on, but hey ho. Now everyone's going to get very excited. Now Twitter's going to be unbearable. So that's a good reading, to be fair, for now. But this opens it up though, right? Look at the state of the volatility. That's crazy in terms of the look at the dollar, man. Christ. It's just melted. Boom. Bye. So as I was saying before, 8.5%. Yeah, great, lovely. We've came down quite a significant chunk. However, what if the prices rise up again? The prices will probably rise up if we are going to have more energy prices and stuff in the future, and if things do go a little bit wrong, you may find that it might be 8.7% next month. Who knows? You just don't know. But yeah, that's a big reading. Shows you how far off the estimates are. I think the estimates have been terrible. Look at BTC go. Boom. Nice. Let's make some money. But yeah, I wouldn't trade this at all. I just watch this and leave it and just see what happens first, because that is madness. I might have to change this to like the 10-minute time frame. There we go. There you go. 10-minute time frame. We're no longer on the Martini time frame. Sorry, guys. So yeah, your spot bag should be looking alright today. Everything's kind of going up. BTC dominance is getting totally annihilated a little bit. It's going into negative, but it will be in a minute. But this might not even last, though. We're talking about an initial pump here, so this is why we need to be careful with stuff like this, because as much as the news is good, that we are bringing it down a little bit, it's still 8.5% at the end of the day. It's still quite high. Bearing in mind, though, right? Let's look at it. Look how aggressive. I mean, this could be by the dip in the inflation. We could go higher next month, you know. That'll be the one, right? I think, if I'm going to be honest, right, if we are going to go higher next month into September, that would probably crumble the market, because it would show that whatever's happened is just, yeah, whatever happens. So if oil prices don't drop anymore, or if oil prices rise a bit, it could be very, very interesting. Stop footing the market. It's going up. Deal with it. Yeah, for now. Still got to look at those high time frames. Time to short oil? Nah. Oil's already done. It's about $30-$40, isn't it? In all fairness. It's the S&P 500 you got to look out for. Like, that's just going pretty berserk at the moment. That's a strong reaction. Yeah, it might give the Fed a chance to raise up 100 base points. You got to remember, from mid-September, quantitative tightening is doubling. So it's not going from 43 billion out of the market to over 90 billion. So that's going to be more aggressive. So more money is going to go out of the market. So that's going to factor things in as well. And also, people are now talking about energy prices in the UK. The UK released an article that it's going to go up by 70% in January. That's going to be rough. Motor oil down 11%. But we'll see. Everyone's on holiday. Everyone's enjoying themselves at the moment. So it's one of those, like, we'll see what Q4 brings. I'm waiting for Q4. Like, that's why I'm not that bothered in terms of like throwing money into the market. Like, I've got money in the market. I'm just not ready to deploy more capital. Just because it's too much uncertainty, and I want to see what people do at Christmas time and into Q1. We're coming down quite aggressively now, to be fair. Like, that's It's quite a big drop. If you were stuck on the end of that candle, not very good. I don't know what the energy cap's going to be in terms of the UK. I have no idea. It's not looking great though. Who thinks that 17k is the bottom of Bitcoin? There's a question. I personally don't. I don't think we've tested it enough, but I'm happy to be wrong. But if it is the bottom, it would indicate that that is the smallest bear market of all time in terms of crypto. And that doesn't sit well with me. That is mad. What else is happening? So the S&P 500 is up. That's just the futures at the moment. So yesterday's wasn't great, but as you can see, things have changed. The dollar starting to slow, maybe not recovering. When 13k. I'll be the most hated person in the world if 13k comes in. Thanks for the super chat. Yes, I will do more live. I'll probably do more like this in terms of reactions to FOMC stuff and stuff like this, just to change it up because I don't want to do crypto all the time because it gets really boring. Certainly in a bearish market. But I think I say it in my podcast all the time, don't I? I say like, don't worry too much about the bull and the bear market. Just worry about what you see, and if the trend's your friend, follow it. You know, just simple trend analysis. You could have made some decent money in the last month on this little relief rally. If it is a relief rally, cool. Keep in it. Keep in as long as you can. If it's not, look to go short and just ride that trend. You know, see how it goes. Thing is, what makes me laugh is people are already talking about Bitcoin's never going to go below like 22k or 21k again. Like it's like, oh god, here we go. Everyone's getting excited already. Next podcast will be in 2 weeks' time. Every 2 weeks I do it. I don't want to do it every week because I get boring. I want to start doing a bit more. I don't know. More stuff like this. I need to get my head into bonds. I need to understand the bond market because it's an absolute fucking minefield. But we'll see. So, inflation data done. I might as well end that poll because it's kind of finished. But it was a good poll to have. Congratulations to the 21% who said it was below. I was in between that 8.8 and 9%. Possible lows for me with Bitcoin would be around that 12k mark, but that's a reference point. I've had that reference point on my chart since, oh god, the end of 2021. I've had it on there. I was like, oh, I think we could go here. But again, it's Fibonacci, isn't it? It's like Fibonacci reference numbers are brilliant. Like you can literally pluck a number out in terms of percentages and go, right, there's a lot of history there, but there is massive history at 12k. There's massive history at 20k, as you know. There's also massive history at 30k. You know, these are numbers of interest. And if Bitcoin goes to 30k, it still means we're in a bear market rally because we've not changed structure. And we could go a little bit, you know, we can go up to like 46k and still be in a downtrend. That's the scariest thing. It's quite interesting, that. Yeah, the dollar index is not looking great at the moment. I think someone needs to get that out. Well, have we got some armbands somewhere? Someone want to give it a life wrap? Or should we put an alert on it going, rescue this, please? It's melting. Absolutely melting. But it's early. You got to remember as well, the markets aren't open yet. Like the traditional markets are not open for another like 50 minutes or so. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens in the course of time. But right now, your bags are pumping. Happy days. If we go to the daily, you know, like we are trying to break out a structure here on the S&P 500. That's the futures right now. Well, let's be honest here. Continue downtrend potentially. And again, if you look at BTC, we are struggling to get over this point. We need to get over that point. If we get over this point, we're probably going to go in towards that 28k level. That is where it gets interesting. If we start getting sell-offs there, it could get quite ropey. And Ethereum's trying. It's not. I don't think Ethereum's as strong as it was. It's kind of faltered a little bit, but there's a lot of resistance here around this psychological area of like 2k. So just, yeah, buy support, sell resistance is what I'm saying. Like, we are still, like, if you look at it, we're still in a downtrend. Like, this is still looking horrendous. Like, anyone that's saying that this is a bull market is just, like, deluded at the moment, because that is the top, this is the bottom. We've not even broken the first big point of structure yet. So there's no point getting excited. This is why I've kept some money in the market, just for stuff like this. If we do keep going up and we show signs of weakness, I'll just take more off the table and just go right back into stables and I'll buy lower. That's the only thing you can do. The S&P 500 though, oopsie, looks very interesting. This could be max pain for a lot of people in short right now. Did you see was it this week? Oh, what was it? Hodlonaut or whatever it's called. Literally left it. Mental. We're not operating because of market conditions. We're going up. Obviously means I shorted it. What other questions have we got? We've got loads of questions. My God. Have you got a gold chart? I don't have a gold chart, to be fair. I don't even look at gold. I don't really care for it at all. Gold is a bit meh, in my opinion. User errors. Why have we got user errors for? That's an interesting question about profit. I don't get why you'd say profit on alt as BTC goes up. It's because of the BTC dominance. If you look at the BTC dominance and you're looking to take profit into BTC, now is the sort of time to look at doing that. Some of my altcoin pairs have gone berserk in the BTC pair, which is nice. Short squeeze. Whee! That's a BTC dominance now. Boom. But yeah, I just need to be... I mean... That dollar is looking horrendous today. It's madness. Let's see what the opening of the S&P 500 is when the market actually opens. BTC though, it's still like, yeah, great, happy days, but we are still like, this is not great. This is not great structure. So there's still a long way to go for BTC to really get going. If it breaks above that, well, 24.6, give or take, we'll start getting a bit excited, to be fair. I don't look at CME gaps. I think they're a bit meh. There's gaps all over the place. Nasdaq up almost 2%. Oh god, that has jumped. 2.7% pre-market. That's pretty good. I'm not sure how many earnings are out there today. There's been a few interesting ones over the last few days. Coinbase did extremely well. They're still in business, just about. But as I say, price action's not too bad for a reaction. Good reaction. A lot of people were very excited about this, I think, now. Which isn't too bad. Might bring some more people back to the market. Problem we've got is we need a break out of here. We haven't done that yet. Maybe later. Who knows? But the thing is, though, this can just zip right back down. It can zip back down, this can zip back up, and then nothing's gonna... It may not change the overall reflection of things. It may just be instant reaction, 13, 14, 15 minutes in. Yeah, gonna be instant reaction. Then at the end of the day will be interesting. That's another interesting question. So if you got 10k into an altcoin, it goes up 5x. You now 50k to spend on BTC is probably 30k per BTC. Depends how you look at it. I just put a percentage into Bitcoin just because it keeps my overall portfolio up, if that makes sense. So the way I look at it, the more Satoshis I've got, the more wealthier I am. So I look at that scenario. And then the lower the Bitcoin is, the more I could make when you put money in. So you're getting more BTC for your buck. So the way I see it, I see BTC as, undervalued at the moment, but not massively undervalued, but a great place to put some of your money if you've got profit. So USDC or whatever, BTC is not a bad place to plonk it into. You can do it into Ethereum as well. It's all about units, isn't it? That's how I look at it. I just look at accumulating units. I don't look too far away. You know, I sold a little bit of one of my bags yesterday. It did like an 18% pump. Sold 25% of it. I was like, oh, that'll do. I can keep that for a rainy day, you see. Let's have a look at my main list, see what's happening on the overall altcoins. Looking okay, pretty good. Some of them are doing okay. Some of them are doing better than others. Some of them are not. I don't know. Probably too early to say. BNB is only up 0.9%, which is interesting. I mean, Bitcoin's up 2%. Ethereum up 4%. Well, 5% nearly. It's enough to get people excited. It's enough to get people shilling shit again. But if, as I said before in previous videos, if we go towards 28, 30k, I'll be selling some of my BTC. I'll be just take a little bit off the table because I just feel uncomfortable holding that. I would feel uncomfortable holding that considering I've accumulated a little bit of BTC through some sells. It'd be nice just to take something off the table just in case, because you're getting dollar value. You might as well just take something off the table if it's profit. Certainly from little situations here. Yeah, I like to accumulate Bitcoin. I like to accumulate USD as well. So how I do it is I buy, I buy with USD, and then if the BTC dominance drops, I just sell into BTC. I just sell a little bit into it. I just even 10% of it into it. It's nice. It's like, yeah, it's free Bitcoin. Cool. I can hodl it, or I can sell it when it goes high enough. That sort of situation. You just got to keep it simple. Some interesting questions going through. Thing is, though, you got to ride the trend. The trend is your friend. Simple moving average, a simple indicator to tell you momentum, and just follow it. I mean, that's why I've got, like, if anyone's in my Patreon, they'll know this. I've got like a semi-automatic bot on that will plonk me in the market when something happens, which is great. Which happens. Well, 10% of whatever bag I'm holding, really. Like 10% is a good number. It could be 20%, could be 25%, depends on how aggressive it moves up. It just doesn't really matter. But yeah, 24, 25k levels are key for Bitcoin. Will it break it though? Don't know. You've got to break over this level. So this whole region here for Bitcoin is the one. Break over that and people will start getting excited, I think. But the way I see it, right, the higher we go, the more interesting things are going to get. I reckon a lot of people will be starting, will try and sell around that 30k mark. I think if people are thinking long term, if people are thinking there's worse things to come, they will probably try and take some money out of the market, especially if it is a bad Q4, potentially. Big sell from the RSR candle. RSR's not doing too great today, but it's doing well in the BTC pair. It was doing well in the BTC pair. Probably isn't now because Bitcoin's pumping. Opinions on Argo. I have no real opinion of it, to be fair. I don't really do. I'm not really looking at altcoins at the moment. No point. Time is to accumulate, but I think that's. Oh, no. I think a time for accumulation of altcoins is kind of out the window at the moment. I think realistically, if this is a bull market, you want to wait for a genuine pullback. If you go to the higher time frame, if you look at the weekly time frame here, right? I mean, are you really going to buy, like, when the S&P is like this? Are you going to buy when BTC's done a massive run from there? There's a chance that it will pull back at some point. You want to wait for a level of support. Any support will do on a higher time frame. So altcoins, like, look at Ethereum. You'd wait for a pullback. You'd wait for it to do something natural. It does happen. They happen all the time. There's always pullbacks. You can see it all the way through market and through time. Where people get scared, you buy. When people get excited, you sell. Little trick. Nothing exciting then. That's an interesting level on the S&P. Where's my thing gone? That's a big level to break. Ooh. Not even looked at Ethereum staking. If the merge is successful, I think it's probably an alright thing to stake. Depends on if there's any stupid lockups or if there's any sort of penalties within it. But I don't know much about it. We can only buy at the 69k breakout. Yes. Put it that way, yeah. That's what people will do, though. They will buy the top again. But that is still an obvious downtrend. See, as I say, right, we can go right up to like 30k, fail to break structure, and just go, wee, bang. And that'll hurt if that happens. If that, theoretically, if that does happen, and that isn't the bottom and we go lower, and we've already been to 30k, and you bought in between this region here, and you're like, yeah, cool, happy days, and you don't take anything off the table, you will be sore. You'll be humbled. That could happen, though. Massively. Ethereum is straight garbage. So, a quick lesson on, hold on. So if you want to learn how the Fibonacci works, so if you're looking for an uptrend, or if you want to go long, bear with me. So long, you go from the lower the base, so from say, for example here, the lower the base to a correction, right? So in this instance, you got low, it pulls back over the course of these few days, it goes to this level, and then it goes up to these levels, right? That's an uptrend. So low to high. If you want to go short, you go from the opposite. So you'll go from, say, I don't know, this impulse here down to this point here. So you're going to go short. This is your entry point around here, give or take, obviously 382. And then you're looking for your targets down here. These targets, by the way, could still happen because that is still a valid fib. So yeah, that sort of shit. It's simple, really. What other questions have we got? I have no idea how the Ethereum fork's working or the Ethereum merge is happening. I'm not massively in the Ethereum blockchain. I'm not in the ecosystem at all. Like I think I've got one coin that's Ethereum led. But yeah, I don't know what's happening because you got the proof of work system. You got the, what is it? There's another way of wording it. The turning off, and a lot of things are only supporting one side of it. So I don't know if that affects anyone. I don't know if people get burnt from that at all. That could happen, but I don't know. Not a clue. I'm going to wait and see what's happening with it first. The way I see it, I think Ethereum's always going to stay. You know, it's fine to kind of look at. I've often said that I will buy it if it goes low enough. I still hold some for trading, but not much. But it's enough to keep me happy. Dollar, what are you doing? Are you going to bounce off this level? More than likely going to bounce off this level, isn't it? Maybe. We'll see. Where's my box? Probably going to bounce up there, isn't it? Should do. Interesting. I don't really want to look at YouTube right now. I don't even want to look at Twitter right now. It's going to be unbearable. I might go and sit in the sun for like 3 hours and just wait for it all to kind of die down a little bit. Because I think people's mouths are going to be locked open. Be funny though, wouldn't it? At least Polkadot's doing well again. RSR's not doing much today, which is a bit disappointing. Silica at 4 cents. Lovely. Can't believe no one sold that at 26 cents. Unbelievable. What else is happening? This is interesting. So this is the dominance of USD. I said it before in a previous video not too long ago that we're probably going to be looking around this point, around 10%. If that happens, market's pumped. If it does bounce off that level and start going up and people have taken profits, it will start going back up again. So that's a good gauge. If you want to take profits and it starts trending up again, maybe bug out a little bit. You may well find that that could be an interesting point. What's my favorite ecosystem? Polkadot. Easily. Even though it's very, 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 very new still. Even though the JS wallet's horrendous and it looks horrible, but hey ho. It'll get better with time. The way I look at Polkadot, it's very much like give it like another 2 or 3 years and it'll be developed into something quite nice, I think. What are the altcoins you recommend accumulating at lower prices? Ethereum, BNB. That's as far as I go and say at the moment. I'm not revealing all my little prize baggings or my little watch list. I have got a little watch list kicking about. It's not a great one though. It's nowhere near developed yet. I need to do some research. I've consciously said that I'm not going to do any kind of research until Q4. So I'm having a bit of a break on research. Because the problem you got is when you do research, you go, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. And then all of a sudden you've got like 45 different coins that you want. And then you need to buy them at some point. So it's one of those, isn't it? Next bull market will be more hard to achieve. Yes, I think so. It was hard. I wouldn't say it was harder this time. The bull market there is bull market. Like, if we're gonna be brutally honest here, right? Let's just talk about it. So this is why I have hold on. So obviously previous bull market, I entered the market around here, give or take October, December time. Between October and December of 2016, I was buying Bitcoin basically. Had no idea what I was going to do, what it did. It went mental, right? And the thing is, you got to follow the trend. And this is the overall market cap of the entire market. And everyone's going, bull market. Really? Come on now, too early. Because you're always going to get these massive, massive like upside runs and then drops, upside runs, drops. We're still in a downtrend, right? But if you buy as low as you possibly can, and the way I see it is buy as far away from all-time high as possible. Just be comfortable buying support, be comfortable buying as low as you can. For some people, $1,000 on Ethereum was an absolute capture. Yeah, could be for a lot of people. But the way I see it, I want to try and get as much exit as possible. I want to try and buy whatever at certain prices. I mean, I did pick up some stuff, but not massive amounts. However, that being said, when you're looking at like the market, even if we go, let's just say this isn't the low and we go back down to like $600 billion, that is still a very, very affordable low sort of situation, right? And if in the next bull cycle we go way beyond this previous one and we carry on going, if you are picking up, let's just use the words correctly, high cap coins with a good amount of data behind it, basically the likes of Ethereum, probably Bitcoin, you'll probably do okay as a core thing. What people lose money on is buying all the crap coins, buying the coins that don't really exist, and they're usually already matured before you even see them. So unless you got early with the likes of Dogecoin or certain coins, whatever, you will probably get burnt. And that's the thing. And like, it all depends on the timing, and the timing is hugely important, right? And buy low, sell high. I mean, you can't really butter it up as much as that. And if you are buying as low as you possibly can, and like you could buy right now technically and be like, right, if I buy Cardano, if I buy BTC, Ethereum, basically the top 10, and have enough in there, you can be, if you're patient enough, you probably do okay in a bull market, like a proper bull run. But would I want that drawdown for like potentially 2 years? Potentially 2 years? Probably not. That's the worst thing. Like, there's a lot of things that we need to know and understand. We need to see what happens with these recessions. If inflation is genuinely going to come down over a period of like 6 months, we've got to see how the cost gap of everything in terms of food, energy prices, how will that affect investments? Recession's a big thing, and we haven't seen it yet. So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah, I've got some money in the market. Would I want to waste all my stables and just plonk it in now? Probably not. Would I invest in something else? Don't know. Might buy a house with all my money. I don't know. We'll see. Might just buy a big, massive 5-bedroom house in the country and just go, you know what? I got a good deal there. Who knows? Who knows? Why Polkadot? Why not? I like it. Don't you think that regular companies will start to feel the recession? Yes, because it's a big circle. So you got to think what I just said there. If people are not spending money, companies will do bad. If companies do bad, they will lay off jobs. If that happens, then people don't have any money. And then it goes around in one big circle. We've not even had any of that effect yet. We will, though, eventually. And we're already seeing a few companies that are looking to do some cuts. I think Oracle's doing some spending cuts. There's a few others out there as well. So it's all a game of patience. Massive game of patience. And I think the sooner you learn that, the easier it is. I think a lot of people are very impatient, though, in crypto because they've seen, like, people get rich overnight. Reality is you've not seen their journey. You've not seen, like, where it's gone from. Like, you know, when I first started in 2016, I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money in 2008, 18 as well. But hey, it happens. What is the story of you here in a Bitcoin? I never really told anyone when I was like buying Bitcoin below 1K because it was still new, and I had the opportunity to buy it a lot earlier, but I just didn't. You know, like I knew about Bitcoin in 2013. I just didn't bother with it at all. Like it was too new. I was like, no idea what this is. Wish I did though. I'm still sticking with Zilliqa as I feel that it is the Amazon of crypto. You're an early supporter. Bloody hell. Everything's changed with Zilliqa. Everything's changed. Like when I first got involved in Zilliqa, it was like 0.007%. It had a good team. The team's all gone. That team is no longer there. None of it is there anymore. They've changed from being an enterprise blockchain to being NFTs to a metaverse to fuck knows what else they're doing now. They've changed, and it's a fundamental element of basically simple investing. If that company or DAO or whatever changes from that original purchase, don't be in it. Simple as that. So that was my stance with Zilliqa. So I, yeah, I made some really good money with Zilliqa, to be fair. Probably, yeah, a lot of people don't really like the fact that I sold it, but hey ho. Do you follow any big macro investors? I follow Alfonso on Twitter. His podcast is good. The Macro Trading Floor, really, really good. I follow a few, but not massive. I get a lot of my information from Seeking Alpha. So reading through the articles, seeing what people say on this is really good, helpful. I mean, already you can see some of the analysis here of certain things. Like a lot of it's about Nvidia and semiconductors at the moment because of Taiwan. I'm a Intel investor as well. Hasn't gone great recently. Thoughts on Harmony 1? I thought Harmony got hacked and then they were going to go back to the drawing board. I thought that was a thing. I thought they were literally going to go, right, we're going to start again. So if that's the case, I'm not even going to look at that. I love how everyone wants my opinion on a coin. I mean, I'm just a normal person. Like, do your own research, boys and girls. Because I like what I like. I might not like what you like. And we have no control what happens. Same thing goes for anything that I love. We're all putting our faith in a few things. One, hope it doesn't get hacked. Two, the tokens don't run away from you in terms of the, let's be honest, the founders or whatever don't run away and sell all the tokens. And also the market regulation. It's like everything in crypto right now is a huge, huge risk right now. Massive risk. But we've got to be in it to win it, right? You know, we've got to look at it that way. When do you think we may fall sub 20k? It depends. It depends on a lot of things. I think the Ethereum merge is going to be a huge, huge event. I think we're already seeing that little run up now, which is good. But that being said, if it is a buy the rumor, sell the news sort of event, and it does dump, it's going to wobble the market. And we're looking at the BTC dominance essentially, right? So obviously BTC dominance is bottom one here. I mentioned before in a video not too long ago. Once we start bouncing, it could get very interesting, but it hasn't happened yet. We'll see how it goes. But when's the merge? Next month, isn't it? So yeah, we'll see what happens. It aligns nicely though, doesn't it, in terms of going into Q4 off the back of a pump. My thoughts. You've got to remember, September, October is not a good month. Not good months for crypto neither. What do I think about the deal with BlackRock and Coinbase? I think it's a really good deal, and I think it's gone majorly under the radar. And I think BlackRock will probably acquire Coinbase in the future. Like they always do that, anyways. They always do that. So I think it's a good bit of news. I think yeah, the exchange is the only suitable one they can go for because it is American. It's also on the stock market. That gives you that clout. But this is why I said to people on Twitter, like not too long ago, like I literally went 2 years later, Coinbase is bought by BlackRock. I see that happening. Why is Bitcoin not below 20k yet? Because it's not. You know, we'll see how it goes. Do you think we could repeat the same recession cycle? Potentially, yeah. People are saying it could be a lot worse because we didn't have massive inflation back then. We didn't have, you know, let's be honest here, we haven't got like the verge of two wars. Like we have got, well, we have got one war going on. We could have another one. Yeah, there's all kinds of different factors as well. If you don't have any XRP before the lawsuit ends, when's the lawsuit ending? Because that seems to be forever. To be fair though, like if I always say if XRP goes to like 10 cents, which I think is a bit far fetched at the moment, I probably would buy some. Or well, even 20 cents, I'd probably buy some. 20 cents. I remember it being 21 cents for ages, like back in the last cycle. Then it went boom, bang, off it went. I don't think the Chinese market's going to be a problem. I think there is going to be a problem with the US. The US market looks a bit ropey at the moment, but we'll see how long they can keep kicking that can down the road. Could be fun. Right, I think I want to leave you all to it and enjoy your afternoon. If you want more of these lives, let me know. I think I probably will do them for like little reactions like this. I think this is interesting, different. It's also very cool. I know I've not watched a Channel 4 kind of program. Nah, I don't watch any of that crap. Not worth it. Anyways, have a good weekend if I don't speak to you beforehand. Don't get too burnt if you're in the UK. Enjoy. Could be fun.